Yo, what up guys, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to be trying to win locals using 3 of the worst structure deck that is currently available today. This is 3 copies of the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck. This is a re-release from I believe 2011, and honestly I'm going to be excited if we can win one game, let alone the whole locals, but we're going to try and take it down with these right now. Alright, so here's the structure decks. We are going to open one, go through the card by card, and then we're going to speed run through the rest and build the deck because I only have like 10 minutes till local starts. Oh, okay, so it's like out of place. That's why I was bulging. Alright. So in this structure we have 1 copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon, 1 copy of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, 1 copy of Maiden with Eyes of Blue, a Dragon Shrine. Those are our foils. Foil Dragon Shrine's nice. This card's good. Not too good in this deck since we don't have Whitestone of the Ancients, but we do have Whitestone of Legends, so maybe that'll come up. 1 copy of Rabid Dragon, 1 copy of Alexandrite Dragon, 1 copy of Luster Dragon, 1 copy of Flameveil Guard. This card's going to be really broken for us because it has 2k defense, so we can set it and hopefully do a little chip damage. We have 1 copy of Darkstorm Dragon. This card's a Gemini. Geminis are terrible. This card we are not playing. 1 copy of Mirage Dragon. Your opponent can't activate trap cards during the battle phase. I don't know. Maybe this will come up. 1 copy of Divine Dragon Apocalypse. It's okay. 1 copy of Whitestone of Legend. This is probably one of the best cards in our deck, to be honest. We can send it to the graveyard to add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from our deck to our hand. So this is probably our main Dragon Shrine target, so that's pretty good. 1 copy of Kaiba. We'll probably play this because we don't really have anything else, but you can tribute to special Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So our main combo is to send this Whitestone of Legend to the graveyard, add Blue Eyes, and then tribute this Kaiba off to get the Blue Eyes on board. 1 copy of Herald of Creation. This is going to let us discard a card to target 1 level 7 or higher monster in the graveyard, bounce it back to our hand. 1 copy of Kaiser Seahorse. This is just a Kaiba card. I don't think we really play this. 1 copy of Honest. This is going to be a win con for us. 2 copies of Shining Angel. This is busted, especially with this. We can set it and then tutor out the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. That's it for our monster cards. We're going to be playing 1 copy of Blur Stream of Destruction, 1 copy of Stamping Destruction. Stamping Destruction could come up as a removal card. 1 copy of Wing Beat of Giant Dragon, 1 copy of Trade-In, 1 copy of Cards and Consonants. These are going to be our main draw spells. We also do have 1 copy of White Elephant's Gift. We might play this. We will see. For right now, I know Trade-In and Cards of Consonants for sure, though. 1 copy of 1-4-1 that's going to help us tutor our Maiden. 1 copy of Monster Reborn that's going to help us go for game by stealing our opponent's cards most likely. Dragonic Tactics is Dragonic Tactics. Soul Exchange. This could be cute to tribute our opponent's cards maybe. 1 copy of Enemy Control. This is definitely going to be one of our best cards in our deck. It's going to allow us to take control of our opponent's monsters. Again, as you noticed with Monster Reborn, I think taking our opponent's monsters is going to be part of our win con here. 1 copy of Fiendish Chain, 1 copy of Kunai with Chain, 1 copy of Damage Condenser, 1 copy of Call. Call is going to be really strong. 1 copy of Compulse, 1 copy of Champion's Vigilance. This is okay. This is a, I believe, an Omni. When a monster would be summoned or a spell trap activated. Yeah, so this is a strike, basically. If we control a normal level 7 or higher. So we might play that card. We have some new cards in the back. I think this is. We have 1 copy of Rider of Stormwinds. These aren't new cards. I just don't know why they're in the back. 1 copy of Rider of Stormwinds. 1 copy of Kaiser Glider. 1 copy of Heraldic Dragon of Tefnuit. 1 copy of Silver's Cry. 1 copy of Swords of Revealing Light. And 1 copy of Curse of Dragon Souls. Silver's Cry might be good. Swords low-key might help us in this. We will find out when we build the deck, which we are going to do right now. Alright guys, so we've built the deck. We're back with the deck profile for the deck now. So for the traps, we're running 3 Call of the Haunted, 3 Fiendish Thrain, 3 Compulse. These are going to be pretty much like the best traps in our deck to sort of stun our opponent. Next we're playing for our 1-ofs, 1 copy of 1-for-1, 1 copy of Monster Reborn. 1-for-1 is going to help us tutor out Maiden. Monster Reborn is just going to allow us to take our opponent's monsters or revive our own Blue Eyes. 3 Silver's Cry, this is going to allow us to revive Blue Eyes. We really just need to keep beating them down with Blue Eyes and hope 3k is enough. 2 copies of Dragon Shrine, I felt like 3 wasn't that good in this deck particularly because oftentimes we're just going to be sending the Whitestone off of this. But we also have like Cards of Consonance, which we also want to send Whitestone off of. So only 2 copies of this. 3 copies of Cards of Consonance, we can pitch a Dragon Tuner with 1500 or less. Is it 15? No, 1000 or less to draw 2. That's it for our spells and our traps. We're not playing Trade-In. I'll show you guys the side deck too. We're able to make a side deck of basically just like the next best cards if we need to side those in certain games. 3 copies of Shining Angel. This is basically just 3 more copies of Maiden. 3 copies of Honest. This is going to allow us to hit for bigger damage to go for game. 3 copies of Whitestone of Legend. This is going to allow us to, you know, fish for our Blue Eyes. 3 copies of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. This is our main card. Basically, if it's targeted for an attack or targeted by a card effect, you can change its battle position to special a Blue Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And you can basically do that not twice per turn, but the second effect also allows you to do it on your opponent's turn. 3 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know, the legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction, virtually invincible. Very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale, so you guys know this is very strong. 3 copies of Alexandrite Dragon. This is our true boss monster. It's a 2k beat stick, so we're just going to be dropping this turn 2, hopefully, and hitting some people. 3 copies of Flamevale Guard. It has 2k defense, so hopefully people will run into this while it's in defense position, take a little bit of damage, thinking that's a Shining Angel. That being said, let's hop into our very first game. Alright. Do you want to refer it? Yeah, I can put it over there. Alright, well, it's just... Oh, I forgot to do my side and my extra. Well, don't move it yet. You're still doing that? It's still going, right? Yeah. Okay. For our extra deck, we're playing 3 copies of Azure Silver Dragon. This is going to allow us to recur Blue Eyes White Dragon as well as protecting them the turn they're summoned, or the turn this is summoned. That's it for our extra deck because that's all we have. For our sideboard, we're playing 3 copies of Trade-In. I don't know. I couldn't decide if I wanted to play more of this or more Cards of Consonance. 3 copies of Stamping Destruction because this is really our only out to spell traps in this deck. We have 3 copies of Enemy Control. This could come up to take control of our opponent's monsters or change them to defense position. 3 copies of Soul Exchange because if there's something we can't out, we can just try and tribute it instead. 3 copies of Kunai with Chain. If there's a deck that gets bigger than 3k, we can actually buff our Blue Eyes by 500. Maybe that's enough. And if we can't, we can just change something to defense position so they can't hit us that turn. And that being said, now let's hop into our first game. So round 1 we played against Gunkin. Game 1 was not close at all. We got blown out of the water a little bit. Maiden with Eyes of Blue really doesn't do anything in 2023 as we expected. However, Game 2 we actually almost did squeak out a win. Unfortunately, Utopia the Lightning was able to get bigger than our Azure Eyes Silver Dragon and check us for game, followed up with a barrier statue on the follow-up. So we weren't able to really do anything because even if we had the Maiden live, we couldn't have summoned the Blue Eyes due to the barrier statue being on the field. Yeah, not too much to say. Sort of went as expected. I got a little too excited, though, on the Azure Eyes play because I really did think maybe on the crackback we could summon back Blue Eyes if he didn't have anything on the board and swing for a game that way. That being said, we got very close to a win, so let's hop right into round 2. So game 2 we played against Galaxy Eyes. It felt pretty good. The Fiendish I did on turn 1 really allowed us to sort of pivot the game in our favor early on. But unfortunately, he did get to make C62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon in that game 2, which allowed him to swing for about 11,000 or 13,000 damage, which played for game. That being said, let's hop right into game 3. Alright guys, we just played round 3. We played against Galaxies again. Same thing happened again. That Prime Photon did take us out. So yeah, we were not able to squeak out a win today, but regardless, it was fun to play this deck and do this challenge. But I do have to say, please, whatever you do, do not buy this structure deck. It is not good. There's not any cards in it you're going to play. If you want to do it just for a fun challenge, go ahead. But if you're a new player looking to get into the game, please buy any structure deck that is not the Saga with Eyes of Blue. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.